So currently, right now, the Supreme Court is hearing arguments on the TikTok ban. I know a lot of people are listening to it. I'm working and sometimes checking in. So I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant and ramble on social media, just in general, um, and our very, very, very unhealthy. This is about me, not you, but I'm wondering if you might be able to relate. Our very unhealthy relationship to it. Having been involved in helping build, make, create these kinds of platforms. When Facebook was starting, I had a lot of friends that worked there that were helping build the UX and the user behavioral patterns. Same with is true for it was true for Instagram. I knew friends that worked there. I had friends that worked at GoWalla, which was an early Foursquare competitor. First and foremost, I hate to break this to people, but people don't create social media platforms because they are trying to do some greater good. They create them because they want to get rich. That's it. People create social media platforms because they want to get rich. They want to make money. That's it. And the way to do that is to keep you in their platforms for the opportunity for them to sell you something, to make money off of you, to use you on their platform to make them rich. That's it. Very little else to that. Now, they will say all sorts of things about their benevolent, high minded goals for community in the world and for bettering human beings and interconnectedness. And that's all fine and good. That's downstream, just talk. I was an art major. I know how to speak things into being that sound like there's a lot of deeper meaning and intent behind it when it's really just, it looked cool. And for social media, they wanted to get rich. And they're trying to tell you all these things about their intent and their purpose. That's not why they started. They wanted to get rich. Or in Facebook's case, Mark Zuckerberg wanted to get laid. It's never what we think it is. And in order to keep you there on this or any other platform, they use things specifically to manipulate us, to turn us into addicts by giving and taking and giving and taking, by giving us a taste of community, which is measured in data points, data that give us some sort of dopamine hit that we want to keep chasing. How do they do that? Well, that's why things like likes and view counts and comments and favorites, that's why those exist. If those things didn't exist, if those numbers weren't there, if that data wasn't available to us, we wouldn't know how we were connecting with people and we wouldn't get as addicted to it. But they know that those are little signals of people's general like of you, and everyone wants to be liked. That's human behavior. We want people to like us. We want to fit in. We want to be part of a tribe, if you will. And they know that. I knew that. That's why we designed things that way, was to make people have a signal of what you just said people like, or what you just said people don't like. And then they build algorithms around that like and dislike. They don't really care. They're agnostic to the message, its truthfulness, its factualness, or its intent. They want to see quote unquote engagement. Engagement is merely seeing people comment, view, share, like, and that can be completely around hate, anger, meanness. It doesn't matter. Because that keeps people in this little rectangular box on their little platform engaging. Because if you're there, then they have the opportunity to make money off of you. For what? To get rich, so that they can get rich. Now, they might throw people like a YouTube or here or other places, they might throw some people some money as a means, again, for that dopamine hit to keep you here, to keep you addicted. And then they'll take it away. They'll take it away from you so that you want to go chase it again. Because they constantly are feeding you the same level, plateau, or like that doesn't keep you addicted. They want to hit you with an influx of views and comments, and you feel like, wow, this is amazing. I'll take it away. Every time they'll just take it away so that you go chase it again. All of them, all platforms do this. Some worse than others. This one specifically does it pretty badly. And we're addicted. I can't tell you how many times I have heard people, or myself included, take a time out from social media and how great it was for them. They read, They engaged with their family and their friends and their neighbors. It was great for their mental health to not be constantly flooded with the things that the algorithm keeps feeding to you, which is you seem interested in this thing, even if you weren't, even if you hated it, but they don't care. They're agnostic to that. That feeds you a constant stream of something that already aligns with something that you like, so that you feel like you're in this actual world that's not a real world, it's artificial. And when people take a time out, they're like, it was so great for me. But almost every single time, myself included, go right back because I'm addicted. And I honestly don't know if this social media, this internet in general, is a net positive or a net negative. I don't know. I have a hard time feeling like it's been a net positive. I mean, there is certainly positives to social media. You can connect with old friends and some family members, but the flip side is disinformation, anger, hatred, lies that convince people of things that aren't true. And those things turn into actual harm. Take the pandemic, for instance. I don't know that it would have been as deadly and harmful if it weren't for social media. Millions of people died in this country, millions more around the world. Yes, it does inform us about things that are happening. That's great. But is that more of a net positive than the net negatives? I don't know. As I get older, I start moving towards this idea that we fucked up. We royally fucked up with the internet. Like it boggles my mind that we have this little rectangle that we carry around with us everywhere that can give us information. And I have never seen a larger populace around the world who are more uninformed and uneducated than ever. We have all of the knowledge at our disposal, and we seem to take that for granted or to hold it in contempt or use it for all the wrong reasons, and we are super uninformed. I've never seen people who are so uninformed, unengaged. And social media has a little bit to do with it because it doesn't direct us in the way of truth or in the way of fact or in the way of data. It directs us in the way of stay here, get an ad, make us money. While we fight and claw each other to death over this artificial community that we've created that tears us all apart. Anyway, thank you for listening to my rant. We'll see where this goes. We got, 9 days? I guess make the most of it or don't. I love you. Bye.